Hey,
Yo, how's it going, dude?
good. How are you?
Nice, I'm chilling. Um,
Um,
you
yeah, so
you headed
I
to
I
Verdugo
compiled
later?
like a couple of VODs. I wanted to ask you for your opinion on that.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, let's go
So,
for it.
yeah, so the ones I have to choose from is like I have a set versus like a three-game set versus like a Fox, like kind of my level, um a set, and that's like the matchup I think I need the most help in. Um and then a set versus a good Ices
Mm-hmm.
player, and I think that's like one of my good matchups. Um, and then I have kind of three one-off games versus Spaceys, like two Foxes and two Falcos. And the thing
Mm-hmm.
that I was hoping to get out of this lesson is like less like super specifics, like oh this scenario do this scenario do this, like, and more hoping that um, I really like the way you see the game like holistically, and hoping that you can kind of help me understand like the overall major gaps in my play right now,
Okay.
that I can start kind of trying to break down. Because like there's a lot of tech stuff I need to learn, obviously, and that'll come in time. But um, I really want to understand like the key parts of my game that I might be totally blind to,
Mm-hmm.
that are like holding me back, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, no, that
So
sounds good. Yeah, you can
that's
just
why I
send.
thought maybe the ices might be good, just to see like me playing a matchup I know well intuitively, but I'm not sure.
We can kind of start wherever, and then you can just like decide when you want to go to the next one.
Okay, cool. Let's
And
just start
okay,
there.
so even though I know you, can you do the quick intro thing where you just say like your tag, where you're from, years, number of years playing, and goals for the game? It
Yeah,
just
sure.
it helps people watching the vods and on stream and everything.
Yeah, so I'm Javes. I'm from SoCal. I've been playing on and off since like 2017, but didn't take it seriously until I moved to SoCal like 3 months ago. And overall goal, I think, yeah, just get a good understanding of the game to be able to start seriously competing at locals, and not feel frustrated by um, kind of not knowing what's going on, and like not know why I'm losing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, sick. All right, cool. So let's hop into the vods. Just send over
Okay,
whichever ones
send
you
you.
want.
Yeah, I'll send this one.
And so it was the Fox vods, Icy's
Yeah,
vods,
I'll start. I'll actually
and then
start
a
with the
couple
one off.
isolated games. Was that it?
Yeah, I'll start with an isolated one that I think
Okay.
was just a good one because it had a lot of like micro interactions, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Screen share working?
Yep, you can see it.
Awesome. Okay. Let's take a look. I'm a big fan of just starting the match with a drop through laser.
Okay.
I feel like otherwise you do this and then one out of every four foxes just like kills you for this. Alright. Alright. I like the beginning in general though. And like the movement. Okay. I like the up air. Nice. Forward smash. Okay. Alright, that was a great first stock. Let's see. Okay. Lasers and stuff. Okay. Alright.
This is a spot I struggle at like Verdugo a lot. Is I get Fox really high and then I'm like, oh god, I don't know how to kill him
Mm-hmm.
besides just like spamming back air.
Yeah, so my whole thing is like laser camp with late back air, camp with full hops. Uh, so I'll do like a lot of like laser dash full hop to top plat, and then Fox will like full hop up, and then I'll drop back air, or I do like a lot of short hop late back air. And my basic goal is to get Fox to around this percent, like one. I usually say 130 plus just to be safe, but it's kind of closer to like 127, 128. It depends on whether the jab is stale or not. But basically, the jab starts knocking down after
Mm-hmm.
like this percent. And so basically, when Fox gets to 100, I start just camping and being like, all right, give me the back air. Give me the back air. That's all I care about. And I'll still, like, full hop and stuff. I'm not just like back air, back air, back air, back air. Like, I move around and I laser and I move, but I don't really commit to any attack that isn't back air. Uh, or maybe like a shine or something if I can get like a lucky shine. But usually just back air, that's it. And then like lasers and back airs. And then once he gets to this percent, I continue camping, but I camp with laser jab and laser back air and the full hops and stuff.
Okay.
And basically every time Fox goes over 100, you have sort of failed. Just because it usually means that you like missed a couple edge guards. Like if Fox gets to 100, normally Falco has hit him off the stage at least once. And it just means that you missed the edge guard and he got back once or twice. And so it's sort of it's not the normal flow of how you want the game to go. Like ideally Fox would die before 100 every stock from like a combo. But it's just in reality it's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So like what I do is basically as soon as Fox goes over 100, I basically assume that I might have to back air and jab and laser camp for about the next minute and a half.
Okay.
And it's very unfortunate that that's kind of how it is, but there aren't any other moves that work against Fox at high percent.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
legitimately there just aren't, and I think that's the issue you're running into too. So I do a lot of short hop, like I'll do laser dash back backflip, and then I either do reverse laser out of the backflip or I do late back air, and then I kind of just repeat that and move around the platforms. And you just have to repeat it until they give you something.
Yeah. So you're basically making them run into your move versus like run into them.
Yeah, no, I will never, never, ever run in on Fox anyway, and
Yeah.
especially when he's at high percent, because it's his perfect reversal opportunity off of the shine or full hop drill or something like that. Um, Sometimes at high percent you'll get lucky and you get like a grab and then you get like up throw, and a lot of times people DI or SDI the up throw wrong at higher percents because there's like a slightly weird knockback to it, and you can get like up throw back air or something. But that basically has the same result as just back airing them in the face. So
Yeah. That
yeah,
makes sense.
but that's basically it. You just don't down air at all, just back air. And yeah, dash attack can work if you have like a whiff punish or something. But yeah, in neutral, I just hardcore focus on the back air stuff. Okay, I don't mind that forward smash attempt. It was not a bad idea. You got to watch out for these a lot. Like the I'm here short hop nair. Like this is something that Fox gets to do. You don't get to do these as Falco. Lasers are like the thing.
Okay.
If you feel like you're in like you kind of reset the situation, there's no such thing as like literally there is not a thing of it's gonna be so tricky when I go in immediately. That just doesn't exist. That's like literally like a lie. It exists for Fox, but not for Falco. He's too slow.
Okay.
If you're literally like here and he's here, like you're like directly next to him, then yeah, kind of maybe. Like you can kind of get away with like short hop down air and stuff or JC shine like right up close, but like maybe like a rolls distance away or something like that. Like wow, slippy. Okay. But yeah, like a rolls distance away or even a little bit less, like it's worthless to try to hit him.
Okay.
Like Falco has the ability to keep Fox out, but he doesn't have the ability to actually get in.
Yeah.
And
'Cause he'll
so I just sort of do a process of like continuously keeping Fox out while sort of poking around looking for something I can maybe read or punish. But there's not a lot of value in like going after him. You can kind of pressure him, but like you still don't really want to bite. Holy moly, that shine. Okay. What? Okay, they're just tasked. I hate that they do that shine there. Nice. Wow, that was right at the top.
Yeah, and then I messed that up.
It's fine, it happens. Whoa. What was this?
Yeah, you're gonna see this a couple times. This is a habit where I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Alright, when you don't know what to do, move.
Okay.
Like I've been, practicing a little like boxing stuff for like the Ludwig event. And
Yeah, I saw that.
And like the most important thing is to just like put your head not where they think your head is.
Okay.
Because like they're gonna be trying to hit your head. So like if you don't know what to do, and like obviously I'm not good at boxing, but like that's kind of one thing I'm sort of learning. It's like if you just put your head somewhere else, then like their fist is probably gonna be where your head was. And so when you're confused as Falco, and just in general in Melee, usually moving is like a better answer than flailing.
Okay.
Usually, like, I personally roll a lot in this matchup against Fox. Anytime he's sort of vertically coming down on me or I feel like uncomfortable, like even like right here, like right here, sometimes I roll. You're like, you were stuck in the land, like the land animation, but a lot of times I'll just roll from here, like roll here or roll here. Sometimes I'll just like roll away here and then dash full hop to the top plat. But yeah, when you end up like this, there's sort of like a rule of thumb. Funny, I think I mentioned it a couple days ago in a lesson. And it's just something that comes up talking to pretty much everybody. But you don't want to do more than one attack in place, in a row, almost ever, as like a really, really good rule of thumb.
Okay.
Like, you don't want to be the up tilt guy. Up tilt is like really, really bad.
Okay. You will see that a couple times, but
Okay.
I'm like aware it's bad, but it's like he's next to me. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. When super duper in doubt, either roll or full hop.
Okay.
And usually like dash full hop or something like that. But yeah, you can just like full hop and roll are like the please just get me out of here options.
Yeah, and then I come down with a down air here.
And then yeah, that's a bad idea. Up air will trade or beat down air a lot of times. You should have just gone off to the side here or here.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so your punish looks okay, and you definitely got off to like an early lead with like because of the punish. I don't think that the punish or even necessarily like looking for stocks is like a bad thing. A few things I noticed are like there are definitely positions where you sort of like it's all you almost like stop using lasers the further the match gets. Like at the beginning you're like laser and you're moving around, and also right here, this is an example, like right here I roll here. I don't like tussle with Fox falling on me. That's another rule of thumb. You don't want to deal with Fox falling on you unless you specifically baited it and are extremely ready for the exact move. But if he's in a position where you're like, he could back air or he could down air, you should roll. But yeah, it's almost like, so it's like, okay, so this is the first stock, but then we get to like this stock. Let's go to like your second to last stock, and I feel like you just sort of like have given up on the lasers, and it's just like aerial time.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so you're like in a position like this, and it's like, hey, if you're scared in this position like this, go to platform, full hop. You can roll a lot of, like, clearly the fox is expecting the roll here, so I wouldn't recommend it. But like full hop platform stuff is like really safe. It's way better than being like, give me this, please. Like this is like what this is the equivalent of up tilting. Like you don't want to up tilt or back air like this because somebody's baiting going in. Like it's just sort of, it's like extremely like level 1. It's like Marth dashes towards you and you spot dodge every time, and he just dash dance grabs you. It's like that. It's like that level of like when you're shielding facing backwards from Fox and he dashes in, he's like, give me the back air. Give me the short hop back air, please. So, like, you just don't want to give it to him. It's way better to just, especially a low percent. If you full hop to the side plat, you're just safe. Like, if you full hop up here, you're pretty safe. But, yeah, so you start giving up on lasers. You start, like, being way more down for, like, kind of, like fight situations that don't really lead to combos. Like you get sort of just like, just let me hit him. Like it'll work out well if I can just get a hit on him. And lasers don't really matter because those don't hit him that hard. And like, yeah, like your combos like are fine. Like you're killing him. One thing that did bother me a little bit is that you didn't get any edge guards. Like there weren't any edge guard opportunities really.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit suspect. Usually your kills on Fox are going to come through edge guards specifically. So not getting any is like a little bit of a red flag. It might have something to do with like your combo game. I'm not really sure. There's not like a big enough sample size. But it is a little odd to me that it's not like there's no like back air from edge guarding on Fox and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it seems like you almost become like less focused on your gameplay and your game plan, and you get a lot more focused on like the fight part of it, that you're kind of just like
Yeah, that makes sense.
and it's really important to just sort of like, as with the first stock, the last stock, you know, like you kind of want to keep playing whatever game plan you think is solid. It shouldn't change stock to stock as you get more amped up, or your opponent starts getting aggressive and then you feel like you have to get aggressive back or whatever. Like if they get aggressive, your game plan should have a way to kind of handle that, you know, by staying safe with lasers and full hop and stuff like that. Your opponent, if your opponent can like sort of force you into throwing out a lot of moves, like, oh well, they're throwing out a lot of moves and I can't protect myself unless I throw out a lot of moves, you're just gonna lose to every Fox ever because they just love dash dancing.
Yeah.
So like that is outside of like the edge guard red flag kind of, which I don't fully have enough info for. Maybe we'll see it in like another set or another match we watch.
I'd be ready for that too.
But the main issue is you lose sight of your game plan and you lose sight of lasers, and you're not picky enough with the spots you fight in, because you see a lot of positions that you think like, I'm already trapped, I have to fight, you know? And that's just like not true, and I would rather you like try to escape those positions than accept that you're trapped and fight like you're cornered.
Okay.
That's about as much as I can get out of reviewing just that one game, but okay. I think that's pretty significant. So
I think next then I'm thinking then we could do the Fox set, or I have a standalone game of me versus like a Falco that I played pretty, I think, well against. So
okay, we can just go through it really fast, and then we'll move on to the other stuff.
Because there's a lot of Falco dittos.
Okay, you're green.
Yeah, I'm green in this one.
This laser, you can just die. Just don't forget. Like you can do this, but you could die. Drop through lasers, okay. Kind of OP. See, because it's kind of like every other like start to the game can potentially put you at like a big negative because you could just get hit out of it. But then like I think runoff platform laser and drop through laser are like, you're not really gonna get in a bad position, and there's just like trying to jump for an advantage in the first 2 seconds of the game is not part of like the I will be a careful player and play smart game plan usually.
Yeah.
Double up tilt, yeah, bad habit, horrible habit. Never, never, never. Especially in the Falco Ditto, what matters more than anything is dashing. In the Falco Ditto, dashing is everything. If one Falco has the dash momentum and one doesn't, like one's in shield and one is dash dancing, the one in shield is at a huge, ridiculous disadvantage. So you need to be like dashing around.
Okay.
Up tilt, double up tilt is like extra bad in the Falco Ditto. Like even more than every other matchup, as bad as it is. Okay, I like that. Okay, that's fine. I prefer more of like this is just super unsafe to like do this. Like invincibility isn't about doing mix-ups. Like your goal is to just sort of stall them out until you can get away without a mix-up. If you can. Like it's not about like you don't want to go for like high risk mix-up. Like you could have just gotten bared out of this and died, you know? What you want is like maybe light shield here for a second. Falco runs over. Maybe he waits to see what you're going to do. You do nothing. Now his invincibility is almost gone, and he moves this way, and then you full hop, and you're just safe. And that's like kind of how you do it against almost every character. Like you just want their time to run out, and then you want a full hop. That's just kind of the plan. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. It just was like dead quiet, and I was like, "Oh, did it cut out?"
Sorry. It might have been cutting out. I was saying, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. That's why I was curious. It was like really, really quiet, and I was like, "Oh," like.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. Roll. Okay, you made it work. Dash momentum. In this matchup, dash momentum is everything. You do not want to be the vertical dude. You can be like the vertical escape guy, but you don't want to be the vertical attack guy. Like most of these full hops and stuff. Dash dances. Horizontal movement and lasers are what this matchup's all about.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it was yours or someone where it was like if you're losing the laser game, you just go to top platform. In the
or side plot, yeah. Like you just want to disengage. I literally like if I get shot with a laser, I just like leave. I don't even play it out. But look at this, dude. The same thing's kind of happening again. Where like the longer the game goes, you stop lasering and you just you kind of stop playing neutral. Like it's really interesting. You start out every game with like solid movement, like. Ooh, you're moving in and out. You got your lasers. You hit your combo. You take the first stock, and then I don't know where it goes.
Yeah.
You just start like hit them up tilt, like up tilt, dash back, dash in, short hop, nair. Like you're not even like looking at the screen anymore, and it's weird because you've clearly demonstrated like an ability to do it, and then you're like, okay, jump in, jump down air. And then you get the shine, you're like, oh, just jump in and aerial, aerial, and then hit him with the aerial. And it's like, dude, like, wait, like, calm down. Like, it's like your eyes, like, roll back in your head or something, and you just go, like, berserker mode. And it's like, you want to maintain the same thing. Like whatever your mentality is going into the first stock, if you just did it every stock, you'd be, like, 4-stocking people.
Yeah. That's kind of like what I noticed, so that helps because like it feels like when I play people that I think I'm better than, I'm like, why am I not 4-stocking them? Why is it so close?
And it's because like literally the longer the match goes, the less effective stuff you do. You get very like no lasers, just aerial, hit, drift in, everything. Just move in for the hit. You're just like detecting enemy and then putting out a hitbox in their general direction, and it's like. And it kind of works against people worse than you, but like it's giving you really bad habits. Hey, wait, what is this? You started like kind of playing again? It's like you're not really playing neutral because you're just laser approaching, laser attacking.
It's because then at the end I'm like, it's hyper focused. I have like diagnosed ADHD. That might be why.
You're another ADHDer. Okay, yeah. Everybody I know, I actually have like called people out for having ADHD. I wouldn't do it in like a lesson, like I mean like privately with like friends where I'm like, do you have ADHD? Because you're doing the thing like where like they like will I've just met enough people who are like that, and that is like a legitimate ADHD problem
Yeah.
where they will be like, focus, play, 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 play. Oh yeah, going really great. And then I'm like, what was this stock? And they're like, I just wasn't there for that stock. And I'm like, what? Like,
Yeah.
like, so for my brain, I have trouble like processing it, but it's something that I have 100% noticed in other ADHD individuals, and I've talked with some of them about it. And because it's not an issue that I have, I do not have a great solution for it.
Oh, I listen to music, which helps it for Dugo. I not like while I play Slippy, but
Okay, okay,
yeah,
yeah.
for
It's like,
Dugo, that's why I listen to music because it like helps keep me like it's like okay, I can keep lasering because at least there's like music keeping me focused.
okay, okay. So, yeah, I would recommend just however you're gonna play in tournament, try to practice that way because you need like it's good. Okay, it's good you have the music to fix this issue, but it needs to now be like a permanently fixed issue. Like if your solution actually does like fix the problem, then like you need to kind of never deviate from that because like
Yeah.
the loss of focus thing, it's it doesn't and like it doesn't directly affect a lot of matches, and I think this is what gets people is like they're almost like oh, I'm fine, like I'm playing someone where like it's almost like they don't have, it's like you don't have to flex the muscle the whole time, and so
Hmm.
it's like, oh, you're saying I don't have to flex the hyper focus, like I can just kind of like autopilot half the stocks and still win, like, and I think that probably feels really good where it feels like you don't have to like account for your brain the entire time because they're kind of
Yeah.
bad, but then it ends up just giving people the worst habits of all time
Yeah.
because you just get in a habit of like as soon as I clearly take the first stock and I'm better than this person, that like brain can go wherever brain wants to
I
go,
think
you
that's
know.
what happened. That's why I wish ranked would come out so I could stop doing unranked.
Yeah, but the problem's not, it's not an external issue. It's definitely like a discipline internal issue.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I
And
just think
it's
like yeah,
and
like
it's
playing
like
someone
and it's like
hard.
ranked will never save you from friendlies with your friends where you get lazy.
Yeah.
It's like no amount of focused conditioning can make up for bad practice. Like bad practice tanks you way harder than good practice will make you good.
Okay.
Like in my experience at least, I feel like bad practice is like it's better to not play than like practice badly. At least
Interesting.
up until a certain level. Um, there's like a specific level that I recall reaching, and I'm sure bad practice is really bad at all levels. But there's a specific. I just remember that like if I played bad players for a while, they would always make me a little worse, and I had to play good players to kind of like get back in the good player fighting zone. And I
Uh-huh.
remember that there was like a point where it happened where suddenly that just wasn't a thing anymore, and I just kind of kept playing the same way no matter what. But at least up until that level, it's really, really important that like you focus on always playing good. Like, especially if you have like a focus problem, you need to be like, every time I play, I do not deviate from the focus. And so that way, when you get in tournament, you sit down and you see melee on the screen, and you turn on your music, and your brain is like, I will not get lazy.
Yeah, especially the CRT, like going from monitor to CRT, then it's like it's even harder because now it's like, whoa, this is smaller. I'm further away. It's like,
Yeah, there is a lot of like added like stimulation and stuff like that.
yeah,
And
that helps.
I have a thing with I've been helping somebody else, which is like it's like the tortoise and the hare. It's kind of like that, where it's like
Yeah,
when you realize you're way ahead, and then it's like kind of like, oh, I guess I'll kind of like chill out and like let up a little bit, and it's like that's how the tortoise wins, or even makes it close, you know.
yeah,
Not calling this opponent a tortoise, but you get it. It's
yeah,
it's basically you need to like stick to the strongest version of yourself and your Falco at all times if you want to continue improving. So, like, something I like to do is I like to have sort of, like, metrics for the game. And it's not like I'm, like, super hard recording them or whatever. But, like, some of them that I have, like I said, are, like, how many times did I get Edgeguard's attempt on Fox? How many times did I get down air shine, down air shine? Like, if you go a whole match against Fox, you don't get down air shine, something's wrong. Like, you're not getting the right openings. And another one is, like, how much laser damage am I getting? Like, I need a significant amount of laser damage to, not even for the damage all the time. It's just there to convince me that, like, I'm shooting enough of them. And so I have, like, a few little metrics of, like, okay, you need to be shooting a lot of lasers, you got to be hitting down or shine, and you need Edgeguard attempt against Fox. And then if any time when I'm playing the match and those things aren't happening, a lot of times I'll just full hop away and, like, shield for a second on a platform and be like, okay, we gotta, like, start making those things happen. So, like, okay, I'll just fulfill the metric. I'll just do laser. I'm like, okay. At least we're doing the laser part, and then maybe I get a down air. And I'm like, haha, now I get my down air shine. And the match will start, like, falling into place a lot better.
That makes sense. Yeah. I think I just go into, like, full intuition mode.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like in tournament, it's when I'm playing someone better, like I'll throw out, like, top 100. Like, I'll play someone's Fox like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's when I'm thinking they're already so fast that if I throw in me trying to think, it's like I can't even move anymore. So it's like I don't know if me thinking is the problem. I don't know. So it's kind of like I feel like I have to be on intuition in that moment because the delay of me thinking, I'm already too far behind. Like, if that makes sense at all.
No, that actually does make a lot of sense. And it's because the correct patterns are not, like, fully internalized. Like, basically all I can say, the more you do the correct stuff, the more your brain gets used to it, the less you have to think to do it.
Okay.
And so, like, yeah, in tournament, you might feel really pressured. Like, I have felt this a lot of times, specifically as Falco against Fox, and it's why I used to lose to Fox a little bit more, is because it was a lot easier for them to get me into that, like, I absolutely have to down air in place right now, like, because I'm like, they just get you into this, like, panic mode where you're, and it's like, if you just full hop, you get, like, 3 free seconds. If you do retreating laser in place, you get another free 3 seconds. And they can't punish a lot of that stuff. So I use a lot of these, like, long defensive actions, and I just sort of, like, like, just chill out. It's okay. They can't really get you. And I think that helps keep me out of, like, that zone. And sometimes I will get into that zone, and I'll just spam a few aerials, and they take a stock. And just every time you're on the Angel platform, be like, okay, wait, was I doing the metrics? Was I doing the lasers and stuff like that? Was I getting my solid opening, downer shine?
Yeah.
I think that'll hopefully help.
Yeah, that makes sense. It'll come with time, pretty much.
Exactly. It's like, the important part is you just spend a lot of time in tournament doing the correct stuff. Like, it is way better to do the correct stuff badly or slowly, too slow, and lose, than to do the bad stuff with max intuitive, I'm trying my heart out, and then lose, and you're going to end up feeling worse after a loss like that, because you put all this, like, adrenaline and stuff into it, and it's like, but when you really think about it, you're like, I didn't even, like, my stuff didn't even lose. Like, I didn't even get to use the stuff that I've actually thought about. I just spammed buttons until I lost. And so it's like, following the game plan and losing is always better. Even breaking the game plan and winning, unless you're making, like, thousands of dollars off of it, it's not, like, it's not gonna feel that good. Like, just running out, like, just, oh yeah, like, he phantom shined me and I hit my shine, like, 4 times and I won, and it's like, it wasn't in the game plan, but, like, feels great. It's like, does it?
Yeah.
It's like, you want it to be like, oh yeah, like, because it's such a good feeling when you're like, all right, there's people that my game plan crushes. Great, keep doing the game plan. All right, there's people that do decent against the game plan. Keep doing the game plan. And there's people that destroy me for the game plan, but keep doing the game plan. And then because you have this consistent game plan you're doing, It's almost like, like having like a workout routine at the gym. It's like way easier to track your progress when you have progress to track rather than just like intuitively doing things. Because you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm lifting larger weights this time, therefore progress. And it's
Yeah.
because you have a form of consistency. So keeping that consistency is what you need.
Okay, that helps. Um, I think we can do either set. I'll defer to you. It's the ices is definitely something where like my intuition just naturally beats them. So
Well,
it'd
yeah,
be cool to
Falco like 90-10s IC, so I'm not
okay.
surprised.
Okay. And then the set versus the fox. Both of them are kind of the same. Like game one, I start out slow, and then game two, I adapt, and then game three is a really close like loss.
Mm-hmm. Um,
So maybe
I would
fox would
rather
be more
watch the
helpful.
Fox games.
Yeah.
First of all, there's way more Fox players. Second of all, you're like uncomfortable. Whereas like Icy's, like yeah, like if you're already beating Icy's, you don't need it. Like I'm guessing you just go for Popo, right? Like you just hit them and then you just combo, like combo
I,
Popo or whatever.
yeah. Well, I try to separate them, and then if Popo's far away, I just try to beat the shit out of Nana while I
Mm-hmm.
can.
I see. Yeah, my general plan in that matchup is I just hit him and I just combo Popo. And
Yeah.
then usually I'll hit Popo off stage, and then Nana runs to the edge of the stage to like defend him, and then I'll just hit her off and down air or something.
Okay.
Rather than going for Nana. Like as Fox, I go for a lot of Nana kills, but as Falco, I go for mostly like Popo combos. And if we have time, we can take a look at it. I'm half guessing that this Fox set is going to be the exact same problem. Uh,
Yeah.
and so if it is, we can just move on to the ICs pretty quick and have a little time to go over that.
Yeah. I'm curious how it'll kind of play out over all three games.
Okay, so one thing to mention really quick, especially on this stage on Fountain, especially, the top platform is king. Whoever owns top platform owns center stage, because they can fall. They can fall through on the other person. So whoever owns top platform kind of owns the entire stage here. And a lot of times I define who wins the Yoshi's matches on who has better control of the top platform. And so, because you can come down with a laser, you can come down with an aerial, you can go to the side plats, all this stuff. Whereas, like, this position out of the corner where you're defending it with the lasers, this is great on, like, Dreamland. Like, fantastic on Dreamland. Not as good on Yoshi's because you're letting him get access to this top platform. So,
Okay.
mostly, like, an easy way to fix all of this is just full hop way more. But this is a critical point. Do not full hop with the intention of down airing them.
Yeah.
Full hop and just like dash full hop from here and like go over the top plat and then land on the opposite side plat. Stuff like that. Like just movement based full hops are really good.
So just trying to see what he does, like figure out his movement, and then
Well,
kind
a
of
lot of
counteract.
times you'll get a punish on like if you full hopped here, a lot of times you can full hop and then you see they full hopped and you'll get like a down air or just falling on them after. Like a lot of times I'll get something where I full hop and then they do like jump up full hop up air or something, and then as they're coming down, I'll be able to like hit them with my aerial or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's sort of just the idea of like think of like clouds of, like a probability cloud of like where you are on the stage, and you want it to be like you want to kind of own the whole stage. What you really want to avoid is you want to avoid like I'm the Falco lasering in the corner and like this platform, this platform, this platform, center stage, and the left side of the stage are all Foxes. And Fox can come in whenever he wants, but I'm holding my strong laser defensive position, It's like, you want to own everything. You want to be full hopping over. Like, dude, the amount of times that I'll get, like, I do this a lot, where I do dash, full hop over, and I pretend I'm going to land on the top plat, and then I go over it, and I do reverse laser. And that covers this stage. And then I'll go here, and then I come down with a laser, full hop again. Like, you want to be moving around the entire stage all the time. Do not let, like, yourself get locked down.
Okay.
It is better to move than anything else.
Is this all matchups just a melee thing?
um...
Or top matchups, like the main ones?
Well, like, for instance, full hopping is, like, worse against Marth than,
Okay.
like, Fox. So, like, you know, like it's kind of like
Yeah.
worse against Puff too. It's really more matchup. So the whole like move thing, that is true, but the way you're gonna move is different depending on the matchup.
Yeah,
Um,
that makes sense.
but I will say that doing like full hops and stuff like that are better than what you're doing. Like I would rather you do it against every character and then learn how to dial it back or replace full hop with other options than be like kind of like a stuck in place Falco.
Yeah.
Because like these double lasers, like I'm assuming, I mean maybe you didn't get this from like my video or anything, but like I do go over like the whole double laser thing in my video, like where you do these types of things, and where like Fox can't like approach into like these double lasers. Those are, it's like really good because he can't approach into it. But part of the strength of it is that like if he tries really hard to approach into it, you can always full hop away. So if you just kind of laser in place, eventually he can work his way in. So like the frustrating part about the double laser in place is Falco goes double laser in place, goes to the side plat. Fox like, well, I can't really punish that. He could run off down air, and then you drop laser, laser in place, and then you're like, wait a second, laser, and Fox is like, that's it, I'm going in, and you go like full hop,
Yeah.
laser, laser in place from the other side. Go to the top platform, come down, laser, laser in place again. Like that's what you like. You want it to kind of like
Control the tempo.
control the tempo on the stage without making yourself like such a sitting duck.
Can you go back to the beginning? Why did I miss the fall through laser?
You just didn't laser
Because the
fast
info
enough.
came out.
You just didn't laser fast enough.
Okay, I just literally didn't press B fast enough.
It looks like you pressed it kind of fast too.
I just feel like I miss it a lot, and I'm like, am I doing it wrong?
Yeah, I guess so. What I'll say is that like, it needs to be like pretty fast on Yoshi's. Like you don't have a lot of time to drop through and do it. It looks like you missed it by like a frame.
Okay, okay.
And honestly, I think you did it on about like frame 5 or something, and it just needs to be like quicker. Like when I first picked up Falco, I had a really bad issue where I would do drop through the platform shine because I was like pressing.
Oh yeah, that happens to me sometimes.
Yeah, I was pressing it too quickly, and
Yeah.
it's like you want it to be just barely not getting that shine.
Okay.
And especially on Yoshi's, it's just not as lenient as other stages. But yeah, dude, just seeing you jump around like that without the movement is like killing me. Just because I'm like, oh, if this were me, I'd be like, I gotta move more.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, honestly,
That was a
there's not even that much to watch with this stage. It's just the top platform control. Like I'm actually just down to move on.
Okay.
It's just so much like. Let me just show you really quick what the movement kind of looks like, and then we can move on to another video or another Slippy. So you're like here. Oops. So you're like here, right? You have this. 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 Or you have this. And it's kind of sick because like you can do this and land here. You can do this and land here. Or you can do this and land here, you know? And then when you dash this way, I can land here. I can go here. Or I can go here.
Okay.
And so there's so many, and that's not even to mention these, which has this has the same ambiguity where I can go here, I can go here, I can go here, I can go edge cancel like that, or I can even go all the way over. And so I'll do a lot of stuff where I get kind of like this, where I do here, laser, laser, here, laser, run off, laser, laser, full hop, down, or like I'll do a full hop, edge cancel, turn around laser, or I'll just do something where I go up here, and I go like this,
I see.
And so I'm moving around a lot. I go to the side plat, I do this, come up here, and I do a lot of like this, and I'll come down, missed the laser there, but do this, come down with laser, and then I just want you to be like around. Like the stage should feel like kind of small, and like, I mean, look at how fast Falco can move around this stage. Like Falco's kind of crazy on Yoshi, because like he can kind of just be everywhere all at once. Yeah. Whereas like on Dreamland or something, you really can't. You need to focus way more on this, and I'll do a lot slower on Dreamland. I do the same thing though. I use the top plat and side plats a lot. So like this versus, and then this, and then, you know, I do like this, like that. Like that's like a common pattern. I do like this, and then come up here, drop, and then go up here. And it's like they're not gonna like get you for that. Okay. And it gives you, it just feels good to be moving around a lot. It feels very dynamic. It feels way harder for Fox to hit you out of lasers or just catch you doing something. And he's way more likely to throw out some dumb move trying to catch you moving and then get reversaled or hit out of it than, like, if you're just stuck in place. Like, Fox can kind of, like, control his commitments and stuff like that a lot better when you're in place. Whereas when you're moving, it's a lot harder. He's like, what range did I get lasered at? Can I approach from that? Falco's on the platform. Am I going to get run off down air? There's way more calculations for Fox.
That makes a lot of sense, because that's probably why Fountain is, like, probably my worst. I mean, I know it's bad for Falco, but I
Fountain?
feel so Fountain.
No!
Oh, really?
Fountain has, like, been Falco's counterpick against Fox for, like, years.
That video I watched was wrong.
Oh, what video?
I think it was... I don't want to say Ginger.
Oh, no, it's. I was going to say it's definitely Ginger, and it's because he personally hates Fountain.
Then it was Ginger's video, yeah.
Like, he won't play friendlies on Fountain. And it's been like that for, like, years. Well, I mean, he'll play it, but he'll complain about it, and if you give him a choice, he'll be like, nah, last game can't be on Fountain, you know? Like, stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, like, it's fine to have, like, a preference, but, like, at the same time, Falcos have been kind of counter-picking Fox to that stage and bodying him for, like, a while.
Yeah, just kind of what you described, though, like, because I'm not using that movement, so in my head, I'm like, oh, this stage is so small, I feel so
yeah, because otherwise you're like, oh, man, like, the side plats make it really hard to laser, and, like, there's nowhere to really go, and I just get run over, and it's like, yeah, but when you're controlling the top plat, suddenly those low side platforms are incredible for waveland off down airs and stuff like that, and, like, you can tech chase on them really easily because they're really low, and all kinds of stuff like that, and like you can just, like, you know, up tilt somebody who's on the side plat and then like forward smash, you know, stuff like that, like
in a way.
And so, like, yeah, it's always up for debate. Like, Fox Falco is complicated enough that, like, people go back and forth on every stage. The only one that people agree on is, like, yeah, Yoshi's is pretty good for Fox. Like, I don't think Falco gets bodied on that stage or anything, but, like, out of the rest of the stages, like, Fox clearly does better on Yoshi's than, like, Dreamland. But, like, a lot of people even still argue over, like, who does better on FD. And it's like, I've always thought Fox won on FD, but then, like, sometimes I would play a Falco as Fox on FD that would, like, prove me wrong. So, or, like, make me feel wrong. So, usually Mango. Yeah. But, yeah, Fountain is really similar to Yoshi's, except, like, the platforms kind of benefit you more, because Fox gets put in, like, awkward, like, oh, I full hop backward onto the side plat, and Falco can just short hop shine me or something like that. Fox gets put into awkward positions a lot more than Yoshi's. It doesn't have the slope. Up smash takes way longer to kill. He has, like, a slightly better recovery there because of the weird inward slope on the edge. It's like, I don't know. It's, like, kind of up for debate, but I would definitely not be like, oh, Falco's bad on Fountain. Like, so many Falcos have counterpicked my Fox to Fountain, and so many Falcos will say that, like, that is their strongest stage. As a Fox player, I personally believed that that was the only stage where Falco, like, kind of destroyed Fox. That was my opinion.
Okay, interesting.
As a Falco, I think it's more up for debate, but that's just the general thing. Fountain is the same thing. You abuse the top plat. If you own the top plat, you just win. Okay. This stage is really interesting. Man, I don't have the diagram anymore. I drew up a diagram for another student recently. Really, really simple diagram. Basically, you can go from center stage, you can full hop to the side platforms, and you can full hop from a side platform to another side platform, but you can't full hop from the center and go, like, to the center. Because there's no top platform. So full hop and drifting in right here is just really kind of bad. And so also full hopping in place here is kind of bad. So, and this is almost true for both sides, because there's no, like, top plat and the side plat is so low that, like, the thing to remember on this stage is that corner pressure is ultra, ultra strong, because you can't comfortably full hop out of the corner.
Yeah.
But if you can get to the side plat, you can always just full hop to the other side plat, and that's mad safe.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot of times you get in the corner here, I just, like, roll in, and I'll literally just dash roll in and, like, take the punishment, because otherwise I get waveland off bared, and I just die out in the corner at, like, a low %. But yeah, this stage is very, like, laser heavy, and you kind of want to camp under, like, the side platform and stuff like that. Roll here. Like, you see how there's no reason to take this? Like, he's double jumping above you. Like, just roll out of the way.
Okay.
Because he has a mix-up of landing here or on you, and a fastball mix-up, and because otherwise you're just going to get stuck in, like, a bad spot.
Okay.
Okay. Bad forward smash. Okay, nice. You need lasers. I talk about this every Falco Fox lesson, but my preference and what I think is kind of best is, like, you should think of every stock as starting with around 10 laser damage. Like, when the stock begins, Fox comes back at 0. Attempt to get 10 laser damage.
Yeah, that's what I actually think. So I'd be curious. Yeah,
but I follow it, like, religiously. I am like, we are not interacting until I have a decent number of lasers.
Because I actually follow that. I try to go to about 15. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I do minimum 10. My goal is 100. Like, if I can laser somebody up to kill %, I will do it. But yeah, at least 10.
I don't find mix up there, like the full jump triple laser. If, like,
the what?
Is that, like, fine to do in the corner, the full jump triple laser, like, or is that too unsafe?
This, it's awful.
Okay.
Like, right here, because what you're covering is like, Fox full hopping up here.
Yeah.
And it's like, why not just go to side plat? I don't know. It's just the side plat's just, like, a way stronger position. And, like, it's funny that you do read Fox going high, and it just does nothing because the lasers are bad. Lasers. Nah, you definitely are already in, like, yeah. you've already entered Dark Javes double up tilt mode. Like, this is definitely, like, the you that's bad. You exit this, like, laser kind of intelligent looking for, like, good combos mode that that's the frustrating part. You have it, and it's like you have it down. It's like, it's not even like, oh, I just play and every once in a while I'm good. You're like, no, I have a plan, and it works, and I execute it well, but only once a game. It's like, oh. So it's like, yeah, you're just kind of just throwing out moves here. You're just in, like, scramble mode. Like, yeah, you're going to jump at him, throw out a move, exactly. And then I doubt you will stick to the laser game plan now because you're kind of in, like, hit mode. Yep. And then you like, once you get in this mode, you don't even dash dance. Like, you're like, opponent to right, I move right. Pick hitbox. Literally every time. Like, watch, it's going to reset to neutral. You will press towards him right now and throw out a hitbox. Like, it's like clockwork. Like, as soon as you get in that mode, it is 100% jump at him and throw out a hitbox mode every time. And you need to, like, get out of that mode. Like, stop doing this. It's like, it's a little bit like, it'll happen in a little bit different ways every time. It's not always gonna be the same way, but you just have to understand like, whoa, 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 take a step back. Like you don't need to get into like this crazy mode where you throw out a million attacks. It doesn't like help you, and it almost feels like it's like a lot of spacies do this. A lot of melee players do this in general, and I don't think it's a bad habit, but a lot of times it's misguided, which is like the blood in the water type thing, where like you can tell that your hits start hitting, and
Yeah.
then you're like, dude, the last 5 times I've mindlessly attacked, it's hit. I'm clearly just flowing. Like, I'm in the zone right now. And the problem with it is, like, while it's true that there's, like, mental momentum and, like, when you're throwing out hits, people can get overwhelmed. The better the player you're against, the higher the chance that like your third super special main character, like I'm feeling blood in the water, like I'm smelling blood in the water attack, will just get shine out of shielded and you'll die.
Yeah.
And all of your hits that you were so triumphantly aggressively doing will mean nothing.
That's probably why like my first stock versus these good foxes always goes really well, and then I
Yeah,
just
no, you
really
literally stop doing the good stuff,
yeah.
like every time, and you just start jumping at them and throwing out moves, and like haven't dash danced or moved backwards, shot a laser, and like literally you are unable to shoot a laser or move backwards in any way. Like this roll wasn't even towards him, or wasn't even away. Like you almost tried to roll like towards him. Like, come on, come here. Oh, you walked away, crazy. And then it's like, so okay, so this is like the way I'll describe it is what it looks like is smart mode. Smart mode leads into I've got this mode, which leads into throwing out a bunch of dumb options in a row mode, and then it'll kind of stop working, and you like, all right, I have to dial it back to like 85% stupidity.
Yeah.
And then you kind of hover around this comfortable 85% stupid range the rest of the game. And or at least from the last game that I saw. Like we'll see on this one if you ever really like recover. It looks like you're kind of recovering, but it seems slow. Like you kind of as it stops working and like your lead gets less, you start sort of like focusing again. Like you're like rubber banding almost where it's like, oh, like when they're really close to me, I don't really need to like, or sorry, it's like the opposite of rubber banding. When you're close, then you like try really hard, and then as the
Yeah.
lead grows, you sort of start to like let up a little bit, and start just sort of chucking out moves at them. And it's like, if the first stock you got a sick opening and you killed them, the second stock is not any different. You could kill them with the same neutral opening into the same combo. And I think that's the thing a lot of people have trouble with is Melee's so dynamic that they feel like they like shouldn't do the same thing twice.
Yeah.
But if you can get away with it, you should. And the number of times I've literally done like I have VODs against like Lucky where like I will just it'll be on like FD, which is a little simpler, and I'll get down or shine, forward smash, edge guard. And they come back and I go laser, 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 they dash in, down air, shine, down or shine, forward smash, edge guard. And it's
Yeah.
like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to come up with a new way. It's like you use your way to beat Fox. You're like, oh, I'll simply outplay him in neutral and then punish really hard. And you're like, oh no, what do I do now? I already did that. Like, I used my stuff. Like, now it's the second stock, and like, I can't just keep doing that, you know? And it's like, it's
Yeah.
like a strange mentality. Like, just keep it up. And stop multi-up tilting. You can do it in combos, but like that, like up tilt one way and then up tilt the other is just like, come on.
Yeah.
Greed. But at least you started lasering again. And it's kind of funny, as soon as you start lasering again, like you kind of start winning more.
Yeah.
And then you get this edge guard, and you're like, aha, I got an edge guard on Fox. That's
You
good.
definitely got it right on the nose.
Huh?
You definitely like got it figured out right on the nose.
Okay, so we have 2 minutes. Let's just super go over this last game really quick. Unless you want to spend the last 2 minutes looking at an Ice Climbers game.
No, let's do this.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, this is OG good.
Yeah, it's Fountain. So, yeah, you're already doing the thing where you're like, I feel stuck, you know,
Yeah.
like this, and it's like, no, you can be very safe and happy up here in the top plat.
Okay.
And it's less that like, oh, Fox can't hit me on the top plat, and it's like Fox is afraid to try to hit me on the top plat. Oh no.
Yeah, that was the one I knew
Dark
was coming.
Javes. It honestly feels literally like that. Like this like, yeah, like evil, like you have a head on the back, like the Voldemort thing that comes out, and it's just like up tilt, up tilt, up tilt,
Yeah.
up tilt. You're like,
You're
no,
gonna
get out of
run
here.
into it.
Like, I'm smart. Laser, laser, dash dance, laser, down air shine. And it's like, no. Up tilt over and over. It's like, no. Don't do it. I feel like there might be another little piece to that where, like, when you feel like you're an advantage, you might try to push it too much. Kind of like a mini version of, like, the throwing out a bunch of moves type thing you get into. But we're not going to worry about that as much. I would much, like, I think if you fix the problem at, like, a macro level, it'll be a lot easier to get past it at, like, a micro level. It's just, like, every game you play, you practice, like, stopping your game plan and just becoming, like this, where you're like, oh, like... And on this stage, it's almost like you start doing this for a different reason because you're scared. Like, you just start doing, like, down air dash attack and stuff like that. And it's like, down air dash attack has never won Mango a major ever. Like, you want to do the good stuff because that's what'll win you the stuff. Okay, yeah. And this is just the same issue as the Yoshi's game. You just need to get more comfortable moving around, and the stage, it'll just open up a lot to you. It looks kind of different from how you play on the other stages, and I think it's just, like, the small stage issue.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we went over some good stuff today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, like, please focus. There's a couple little things, obviously, but focus more than anything. Do not give up your game plan. Do not throw out multiple hits in a row in place, multiple up tilt, whatever. And, like, just don't get in the zone where you're like, move towards them and throw out hitboxes over and over. It keeps working. Because it shouldn't need to keep working. You only need one thing to work. Like, it's better to have the one thing that you really wanted to work, and it was tough to make it work, but you made it work, and you killed him out of it, than have 10 things that you thought would probably work, and you could kind of get them, and, like, a lot of times those, like, random dash-in nairs and stuff don't lead to kills anyway. It just feels good that you kind of catch people with it. So, like, hardcore focus on the game plan. That is the number one thing right now.
Okay.
Stick to it no matter what. And don't get lazy in practice. Like, if you need music in tournament, use music in practice.
Okay.
Alright. Sounds good. It's definitely been an hour now. Are you going to Verdugo tonight?
Yeah, I'll be there tonight.
Alright, awesome, dude. I'll see you there.
All right. I'll see you there.
Alright, have a good one. Peace.